It's early morning in Louisiana, and the animals that inhabit this state are getting ready for another day. Birds are feeding their young, alligators are looking for their next catch, and beneath all of them is the marsh of Louisiana. But if you look close at what's beneath these animals, you'll notice that it's not just marsh, it's many types of vegetation, or what we sometimes call their habitat. And while some of the habitat is native, some of it wasn't always here in the Bayou State. From the air, it might be hard to tell, but this is giant Salvinia, a non-native vegetation that has overtaken Louisiana in some parts.
So this is giant Salvinia, as is this big stand I have right here. And this stand actually has a sedge growing in it. What can happen is this giant Salvinia is just floating on top of the water, but enough of it gathers up that it builds a base, and other sedges, for example this sedge right here, can take root. And before you know it, you have a field like the one behind me, completely covered not only in the giant Salvinia, but sedges, and almost like land. You can walk on it. It builds up. This becomes a big problem in Louisiana for navigation. There are water bodies, areas where boats simply cannot get through due to the buildup. So what do we do about it?
Crews like this for the Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries are out today to try and control the spread of the invasive species, giant Salvinia. The herbicide they are spraying targets the giant Salvinia and slowly kills the plants over the next few months and allow for open spaces in the waterway again. Open water is important because it allows sunlight and oxygen into the water. The amount of oxygen in the water is determined by light. Plants like giant Salvinia spread very quickly and block all sunlight, which decreases the oxygen concentrations in the water. This is a detriment to the fish and other aquatic animals, and when these plant masses die, they decompose and lower the oxygen levels even further. The crew will make linear passes through the pond, spraying the herbicidal mix, trying to get full coverage of this area. There's so much giant Salvinia in Louisiana at this point that the department isn't always doing the work. Some days they contract large companies to allow for more coverage of the state. Meanwhile, in Baton Rouge at the LSU Reproductive Biology Center, Dr. Rodrigo Diaz is working on another way to control giant Salvinia.
Here is one. It's having breakfast. It's a juicy Salvinia leaf. Vegetarian, man. They keep it healthy.
So we've seen giant Salvinia out in the wild of Louisiana, but today we're at a different type of pond of giant Salvinia. We're at the LSU Reproductive Biology Center, and it's here that they actually propagate, grow weevils, a type of little bug also native to Brazil, much like the plant, that helps eat away at this vegetation.
See how easy it walks in the hairs of Salvinia? It's just the adaptation that they have to the host plant. They cannot do the same thing in other plant species, so it just brings all these beautiful adaptations to survive in this only on Salvinia. They are adapted to survive, feed, reproduce, and so on Salvinia. So once we've had these weevils in high numbers in the Salvinia, we organize what is called a weevil harvest, and we invite several agencies and the private landowners. People come to these locations and they grab plastic totes loaded with this Salvinia with weevils, and then they take this Salvinia to their locations. So that's the process where we produce the weevils, we invite the stakeholders to take these weevils, and then they move it to their locations, to their properties where they need them to control Salvinia.
Since its discovery, the weevil has been used in biological control programs worldwide to manage giant Salvinia. They place the weevil out early in the spring, and by the fall, the eat-out effects can be seen. It's also a much cheaper alternative to herbicide. Unfortunately, invasive species are here to stay, and the main goal is to have some control over their negative effects. And it's through creative science, hard work, and willing landowners that the attempts we make keep Louisiana's waterways clear, beautiful, and abundant.